So let's continue with our end of season player reviews, and let's move on to the defence now. Centre back, the Japanese International Maya Yoshida. Clive, we'll start with you this time. What do you remember of his season, and summarise it for us?
He's, let's be polite, he's very loyal, he's very committed, but he's not a Premiership footballer. I think he's got the right attitude, he gives everything, but we really, again, like the goalkeeping situation, this is an area we really need to address in terms of our backup, because we've survived with the two mainstays, Font and Van Dijk. We got Van Dijk. Anyway, we've survived with those, and there's very little behind it with Gardos being injured. You know, Jack Stevens out on loan. So
Red Corker come in for 3 games, but only.
But Maya, you know, Maya's been here a few years now, and he's. A lot of fans would say he's a mistake waiting to happen, and but it is quite funny when one particular lad just slagged him off before the game, and then he scores the winning goal. Yeah, we did mention that day, but there we go. Anyway, so yeah, much as I like his attitude, I think he needs to maybe move on. But there we go.
And out of 10 this season, mate?
6.
Nick, what do you remember of his season? And out of 10?
The trouble is with Yoshida, he's always got one big error in him. In every game, you know that he's going to make an error. He's either going to lose concentration at a vital time by losing his marker or who he's marking at a corner or a free kick, or he's going to attempt an horrendous back pass, or he's just going to get found wanting and get robbed on the ball. So he's always got that one mistake. Sometimes we pay for it, and sometimes we get away with it, but it's always there. I can't remember any game over the 4 years he's been here where there hasn't been that one lapse or error in it. Now, he's done a good job over those 4 years, but we've moved on from the quality we need. First half of the season, it was pretty much Yoshida was the backup player for utility at the back, so he can play right back, he can play central defence. Second or last third of the season, Martina took back over from that and stepped ahead of him in the pecking order, and that's probably about right. But he's been here 4 years. It's probably time for him to move on, and we need to, bring in someone a bit better than him, because he's always got that error in him. He's got a couple of good, vital goals this season, which is good, but they've been outweighed by the mistakes.
He's got a wonder strike against West Ham to win that game on a wet night at St Mary's on a Saturday night.
Yeah, and great. I mean, and at the end of the day, that was the difference between us being in the Europa League and not being in the Europa League. So we can't fault him for that. And he played well in a defence where we had to play the last half an hour with 10 men. But for every good game, there's 3 or 4 which aren't so good. So I'll go along with Clive on that. I'd have given him 5 out of 10, but he has had a couple of vital goals this season, and he stayed in there, so I'll go 5.5 out of 10.
I think I'm going to go with the 6 out of 10 for Maya's winning goals against Aston Villa and West Ham this season. Aston Villa in the Cup, of course, but let us know in the comments below what you're going to give him out of 10, and should he stay at the Saints? Should we look elsewhere for another backup centre back? Subscribe for more. Now's your chance to win yourself a very own Ugly Inside t-shirt, Northern Soul, or a Red and White Machine t-shirt. All you've got to do is make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and just leave us a comment in any single video, and we'll pick out one of our favourites in a couple of weeks' time.